I'm going to craft some replica shoes. I decided on shoes because the perk pool is easier than gloves and helmets, for example. Um, and also I chose some meta perks. I'm going to start with Empowering Explosive Arrow. I'll craft 3 of those. The reason why I'm crafting replica items with certain perks in particular that you will see is because certain builds are using more than one attributes, and because replica items you can choose one perk or one attribute, and I rather like in a perk than the attributes, then um, I'm just going for weapon perks that I know are not only meta but used by builds that use multiple attributes. So that should mean that basically just to give one particular example, or I should say specific example, um, if you're using a bow, and if you're using explosive arrow, and if you, well, then that means that you're most likely converting damage or to elemental, and benefiting from the intelligence nodes. And so just for that example, that means that the bow build would be using intelligence, dexterity, most likely strength because of the 25 and 50 nodes, especially the 25 one. The 51, I don't believe it works right now. And then constitution, of course, is always useful for most build at least. So basically, you just have to avoid focus, and anything else that rolls with decent perks is going to be well, something that is easy to sell. So like I sell, I'll craft 3 of those and see what happens. Okay, quite good. Those are certainly usable. Those are really nice, actually. Like really, really, really nice. That will be easy profit. Um, Not my preference, but like I said, bow builds can use strength. I wish it was at least a split of attributes between strength and dex, for example, but that one is gonna pay for all the rolls just by itself, so it's still a win in my book. Let's do some more of those. Actually, I should not leave the page. I should just continue. Um, I'll put my matic back. For the same reason as bow, I'm going to choose some meta perks for um, the musket. I know there's not a lot of competition. I checked the trading post, and basically nobody is crafting musket gear. So that means that even though there's less demand, there's also less offer, and I intend to fill the offer side of things. So I'll do 3 of those to start with, and maybe more. Um, Crippling Powder Burn is a must-have perk if you're using a musket, unless you have it on your weapon, of course. So let's see what happens. Uh, that's the focus. Actually, if you use the attuned leather pants, you could justify some focus in your build to reach 25 to get the 5% cooldown reduction. Those would also be really nice, except the attribute is strength. That's a bit sad, honestly. Last one, Constitution. That's also a perk that not everyone uses. Sorry, an attribute that not everyone wants when they play a musket build. To me, that's a fail. I'll be honest. That batch was a fail. I should listen to myself and stop leaving that window and instead just keep crafting. But why listen to my own advice, right? Um, 1 sec. I'll do some refreshing power shot. I could have done more. Powder burn. I'll do those first. That's, in my opinion, a less desirable perk for muskets, but it's still really good. It's just not as mandatory as the powder burn perk. It's still good, and there's also no competition on the market for that one, so that's why I think I want to craft a few of those. Let's start with 3. Everything's good. good attributes this time. Okay, focus, strength, of course. Why not? Strength dex. Oh my god. Uh, um, hmm. That's quite bad. There's no way around it. It's quite bad. Okay. Now what's some omnidirectional evade? People can use that perk with pretty much any attributes. There's only strength, I would argue, isn't great unless you go for just 25. Um, that one is more versatile in my opinion. Between bows, muskets, and even, well, I don't think any healer wants any damage in their build, so I will forget about focus. So there's actually just focus that you really want to avoid, but anything with Dex, Con, Intelligence is good. So I'll do 5 of those. Um, right? No, let's do 4. Um, I'll go craft more musket perks afterwards because I failed. Um, everything's good. Let's go. Right attributes. Vigor is nice in this damage over time meta. Shocking fortification is meh. Like it's not great. You don't have a lot of armor in lightweight, so it's like two good perks. Uh, okay, I'm really not that lucky on the attributes. It's kind of crazy right now. Okay, that one is decent. I'm not a big fan of invigorated, but you know all the rest is quite fine. Uh, um, maybe if someone goes for 50 strength in their build. Yeah, no, not a great batch again. It started well, but it's been a massacre since then. Um, okay, so let's do some relentless freedom boots. Um, actually, do I want to do boots for those? Yeah, sure. I'll do some three. So the reasoning behind that one is, of course, it's a great perk for great sword users. You don't really want it on the weapon, so it makes sense to have it on the armor. And then strength, dex, constitution are all good. Not sure if anyone wants focus and intelligence with their great sword and whatever weapon pairing they use. Great sword, great axe, maybe sword and shield. So I would say more like strength would be ideal. Second would be dex, and then constitution is quite fine. Let's start with 3. That's that's really nice. Okay. That might pay for like 6 bad rolls that I just had, if not more. Um, no. Um, I saw some healers try great swords when they released them. I don't think anyone uses those seriously anymore. With the life staff. Um, so I'm going to say no, that's a fail. I mean, it's useful. Um, that one is maybe a small profit. Okay, let's do some more. I'm feeling powder burn. I didn't get anything good and I want to craft more. Or, sure, sure, sure. Okay, do 4 of those. Um, I need to buy more leather afterwards. Things good. Dripping powder burn. Need to, yeah, let's Diligence, Dex, please. Ah, those are beautiful perks, except the attributes are not right. Uh, not great. I mean, if you go for 50 con, why not? That's good. Uh, Okay, that that's honestly one of the worst crafting sessions I've had in terms of oh, and what the fuck is Mario doing here? Um, yeah, no. Okay, let's yeah, I need to buy more leather. That's what I gotta do. Let's see. We have how many was it per craft? Four? I believe so. Just by eight. Spent way too much money recently on my art, and I need to sell some stuff before I purchase more mats. Okay. Yeah. Dripping powder burn. Why am I so blind? It's a joke. What? What? Oh no, I just crafted with my last four. That's right. Oh. Mm. They're not great, but at the same time, I feel like I'm going to flood the market if I do more of those. So, um, let's not cannibalize ourselves. Um, hmm. Eating sweep is interesting. Evening skewer is more on the weapon, if you ask me. Um, I mean, bows are so meta. Let's do. How do I want to do boots again, though? It's like those. Those. Hmm. Yeah, there's the empowering. There's one perk I want to avoid on the gloves. That's the issue. Oof. Do I feel lucky? I do. I shouldn't. Um. Oof, I don't have. I should see many of those. Like, or it's gonna be brutal. Wait. There's one mat I could avoid. Just it. Um. Dex con intelligence and try to avoid the empower breaker, whatever perk on gloves at the same time. Back. It's all yeah, it's all right. Empowering breaker. That's the one I'm trying to avoid. The attributes are good for once. The attributes are also nice. Shirking Fort is alright on a bow. Not great. It's like a tier 2 perk. Empowering breaker again. Not a big fan of the rolls. Oh, I could also have used excessive net shot. One sec. There's intelligence, strength. Yeah, I feel that would be a good choice too. Hmm. You know what? I'll do those instead. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hopefully full intelligence. That would be nice. Okay, that's fine too. Full strength. Freedom is decent on blunderbuss. Not my preference, but it's decent if you do like arenas or maybe even 1v1s question mark. I'm not sure. Full constitution, we take those. That's a nice one in my book at least. Vigor is nice in this meta. Elemental Aversion was just buffed to 4.5% less damage, and Fire Stuff is really good, so that one is quite valuable. I'm not sure about the dex. How much dex would... no. Check. 5% critical chance. Then 5% damage while at full health. You know what? It might be fine on a blunderbuss build. If they want to go full damage, and who knows. I believe it's intelligence and strength in terms of priority, and also constitution. Then I would assume, depending on the perks they choose, they might go for some focus like at 25 and maybe 25 dex. I'm not sure about that one. Let's open that small crate. Don't think that's worth anything, and okay, sure. Okay, there you have it. How many crafts was that? At 8, 16, 24, 27. 27 crafts. Pretty quickly, I'll just say which I think are... So that one is a bit of money. Same, so that's 2. Let's make it 3, 4. Actually, that one is usable. It's like 4.5. Also, let's make it 5. 5 items in total I'm making a profit on. 6. Yeah, that one is worth it's worth a couple. But you know, let's just count it as one, but it's like that one makes it let's say 7. Nope. Nope. 7.5. 7.5. Let's make it 8. Nope. 8.5. Nope. Nope. That one is really nice. That's a solid 9. The thing is, one sec, I'll just finish. Yeah, let's make it 10. Let's make it 10. So there's that one, and wait, that one. So that one and that one, those two, in my opinion, are going to pay for 6 rolls each, maybe 5, because of the taxes. So I said about 10 plus like 8, so I'm at like 18 ish. I might break even. Honestly, it's been a very bad very bad session in terms of the attributes, and also if you didn't notice, the market is slowing down. More and more people are you know, getting their items and just waiting for their seals instead of buying. So those would be bought by people that want to, you know, speed up their progress and get in M3s, for example, quicker, or you know, have a few more attributes points for open world PvP, for example, and stuff like that. But I don't think that people are going to pay the prices that I once was able to obtain a week or two ago for those items. Anyway, I'll leave you on that note. Not a great crafting session. I feel like I got somewhat lucky on the perks, but not lucky on the attributes. And of course, you need both to align to really make you know, a proper item that someone will want to purchase. So yeah, I'll hopefully be luckier next time. I guess that's That's how you need to think when you craft. It's a gamble, especially with replicas.